in Alberta.
Recently, our company's softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus all. T's and C's apply.
I hurt myself today.
Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
A show. The rain is everywhere. Jays lost again yesterday. Everything isn't bad. For instance, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni discovered ChatGPT this summer. What can go wrong? LeBron, still a free agent. And we'll talk others. Lowdown with Lowetide, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick on Sports 1440 and on YouTube. Hurry in for hot summer savings, including 0% financing on select models, 0%. Details at wolfgmcbuick.com. Sometimes in radio, when you're going live air, there are two different songs playing into your headphones, and you have to work around that. But it went okay. So we're on and we're flying. As I mentioned, we're at Sports 1440 and YouTube. We're also live at sports1440.ca, iHeartRadio, and Radio Player Canada. After the show, Apple and Spotify podcast. Our headliner of the day, Sean Bell, will be joining us. We're on Twitter at Lowetide, at Declan Krueger, and at JFenwick04. You can text or call anytime, 833-401-1440. That's 833-401-1440. Jays, Elks, Eagles, Oilers, LeBron, all straight ahead. First, it's time for the introductions. If he were a Pokemon, it would be a grass type, like Bulbasaur. He has vines coming out of his back, just like Josh Fenwick. Josh Fenwick, everybody.
All right. I don't get it. I've played a lot of Pokemon, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I don't. Who helped you with this?
My daughter. I described you as a nice, gregarious young man that you were. She says, I wasn't going to use the word, but she said that Bulbasaur is cute.
That's nice.
That's what the description told her.
No disrespect to your daughter or anybody.
You're
today,
not a Bulbasaur.
Swing and a miss.
All right. If he were a Pokemon type, he would be a fire type, like Charizard. He breathes fire and is built like a building. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Donovan Paulson. Donovan Paulson.
Built like a building might be a little bit of a stretch, but
okay. All right.
The rest, yeah.
Okay. All right. So far, I think we're 1.5 out of 2 in terms of not getting it right. Let's see if we can go for a home run here. If he were a Pokemon type, he would be a water type, like Squirtle. He has a water gun and is a really cool dude. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Declan Krueger. Declan Krueger, everybody.
I think Squirtle's a good one. Apologies for that intro. For anyone who watches on YouTube, I guess you can't really see it. There's the first of 4 monitors over here, which controls some of the splitters and stuff that go out on air. Nothing was playing, but the bed was rolling. So, and I also didn't have headphones on, so I thought it was just someone's computer or something.
So I had Johnny Cash and then a rockin' song.
Now, when Johnny Cash got faded down, was the bed still going?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It went for a long time.
I could hear it in his headphone. This is just how loud your headphones are.
That's why I thought it was someone's computer.
That's what, like, I said, I don't even know if I'm on the air, but I'm just going to keep going. And that's what I did.
That's showbiz, and we will be reaching out to engineering. Everyone can rest assured.
It's it's cool. I'm most worried about Bulbasaur, who apparently isn't anything like Josh.
I just don't think I'm anything like Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, very cool.
I thought Bulbasaur was cool.
Well, so
Everyone here thinks Bulbasaur is cool. I just
I've
don't
heard
think I'm
Bulbasaur is dope.
What don't you like about what is Bulbasaur?
I just don't think I'm a grass type. You said I'm a grass
Well,
type. I just don't think I'm like that one.
She identified everybody. When she said that
What type do you think you are?
I don't know, but it just
Well,
it just doesn't mesh. It's
you
like if my
couldn't-
first name was Spencer, you know, like it just doesn't make
Listen,
sense.
Spencer, hold it down. Donovan is a fire type. I think water type is perfect for Declan. You know, I mean, when he's on and happy, he's like he fuels everything, and we all feel refreshed. And when he's down, he just pours water on stuff. That's Declan.
That's
Exactly.
that's so accurate.
Right.
That's very accurate.
And
I
so-
do bring others down with me.
No, you just knock phones out of their hands. But grassy type, I understand it does seem a little astray. But I will say this: I don't know Jack Doodley about Pokemon, except for the one who Jigglypuff, who everybody falls asleep, right? And that's me.
I think so. If I remember correctly. I don't remember. I haven't thought about Pokemon in
Sure.
In that
15
case,
minutes.
to whoever it was already texted, Jordy, he's a normal type. There you go. That's
Okay.
literally what they're called, unfortunately.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll move on. I want to start here because it's so weird. I read in The Athletic today that Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni discovered ChatGPT in June. A GPT, I guess. I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, he's now trying to work his thoughts into it so he can coach the Eagles. I'm a little afraid. Should I be?
Yes.
probably.
Like, do you think the greatest head coaches of all time would have said, hey, Siri, or whatever the hell it is, what should I do? I just think that's a bad sign.
That is a sign that someone isn't exactly creative, in my opinion.
Is it a sign maybe that he feels like nobody's listening anymore? Like on this show, I've been doing it for since 1980, and sometimes I do a show and none of you have heard what I said.
What?
Maybe he feels like that, right? Right? I mean, maybe he just feels like I gotta come up with some new phrases. And what do you are the most learned football guy here, Donovan, Declan. Damn it!
Josh.
I said don't say Donovan, and I said Donovan. So Declan, you're the most learned football guy here. Would you want your coach to go on to like AI and look for options?
Well, I don't know about that, first of all, but I do appreciate the compliment. No, absolutely never. A big reason is I am a staunch AI guy, anti-AI guy. Oh my goodness, it's gotten to me. I hate AI. I hate everything about it. I hate what it stands for. And no, I absolutely don't want my code. There is no way a machine run it's kind of like the analytics argument with me to a degree. Like there is something less so for analytics, much more so for these chat GPTs or any, generative AI. They cannot replace like the emotion that comes with sport and understanding the sport as a human. So I don't want my coach anywhere near it ever in any sport. I think Ryan Husker was using it actually.
I think it's cynical to use it. It's cynical to use it, right? Like it means, look, I can't motivate these turds I got to think of some other way. I'll just do this because they're too stupid to recognize it. I think it's a bad idea all down the line for anybody in any, like if I don't use chat GPT for writing, and I don't use the M- because I've been told that that's a giveaway. But I understand if you're doing a resume and maybe you want some ideas, you could do it that way. If it's something that that is an idea behind it, right? But like, isn't what makes Sirianni unique in Sirianni's brain? And can't he come up with the way to say it? I don't understand this concept.
To me, it feels if you use AI as a coach to kind of get your guys rolling, it just feels like a guy who's run out of cards to play. That's the best way I can describe this.
That's actually really good. That I buy into. You feel like it's been too long at the fair and nobody's listening to you.
Yes.
He said that in 09 when he was leaving. All right. Josh, what's going on? But because LeBron, apparently nobody knows. What's going on with LeBron? Is it late in the year or does he have plenty of time?
It's late. Like it's real late.
It is late. This is a strange time for all of still for him to not have a decision out. That being said, Adam Silver should really just make a decision about the game schedules. And I get it. This is I feel very certain in this that it is LeBron's last year in the National Basketball Association. And so you want to maximize profits as much as possible, get key dates for him in key cities, all these things. But like, come on, man. It's 20 days into free agency.
Yeah.
You just gotta, like, the season starts in 2 months. You gotta lock in here and just release some stuff or work on other things.
Why is the NBA like? Is it Silver? Is it just like? Is it just?
I think this is literally an Adam Silver thing. However,
No,
I think this would also be a thing that David Stern did.
Okay.
Would be waiting.
Declan, your thoughts?
Totally. I was just like, I think any commissioner would be in the exact same boat Adam Silver's in right now with LeBron taking the time. Like he knows who he is. Like he knows, like
He's been around.
Yeah, like he knows they're gonna wait for him to make the schedule. Like the fact, like I don't know. My thing is like he's probably kind of at least 95% known for a little while now. So to not say anything is
So if we had to guess, go around the room and guess where he's going. I'm taking Philadelphia.
it's one of the finalists. Like it's not that crazy.
It's been linked.
Yeah.
I wonder why he's taking Philadelphia. Though.
Taking Philadelphia, man.
There's definitely
What? They went to the second round last year.
no bias behind it.
And they don't have a quarterback. Think what they do with a quarterback.
Oh, there we go. He's more of a tight end.
All right, if you say Miami,
I'm going to say Miami.
of course.
Because that's the one that was fed to him right before parroting. You parrot. I'm taking Golden State. I'm staunchly on the Golden State.
Golden State would be fun.
I'm
That would be
staunchly
fun.
on the Golden State train.
I can't believe we're gonna have 4 different answers. I think it's gonna be Cleveland.
Okay. I thought it was going to be 2 Miamis. I really did because you said Miami.
I just said Miami purely because I knew exactly what Declan was going to say, and I didn't want to have a double up.
Okay.
Oh, you did now, did you?
Mhm.
You parrot.
I just couldn't imagine like that backboard at the first practice for Miami. If LeBron is there, will just be shattered from the bricks. Him, Giannis, and Bam are throwing at that thing.
Maybe they'll just work hard over the summertime, right? I mean, it could happen.
Hey, Chris Bosh turned himself into a stretch 5.
Can a guy that age
basically over a summer?
Can a guy that age improve that much though?
A guy that age doesn't need to improve that much. Listen, he's playing in the NBA at 41 years old. I don't think he needs to do anything that he doesn't want to do because he's still averaging over 20.
Did Shaq do better with free throws after a while?
No,
Because I mean, he was awful.
stayed awful his whole career. It was weird. Like never improved.
As a matter of fact, he only got worse with age.
That's astounding. It really is. And he was like, Shaq was such a great player, even with that. Like, he was just not money at the free throw line. I don't know why I said it like that. But everything else he did great.
Including his Shaqopedics.
I'll never get over the song he wrote for Kobe. It was awful. I remember, you know how you sometimes laugh at stuff because it's so awful?
Yes.
And you go, oh no, that's it's like the musical in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Mhm.
As soon as I saw that, I went, no, and I was ashamed I was laughing. I was doing the same with the Shaq song for Kobe. Do you know the song I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah. Amazing stuff. All right. Is there anything on God's earth on July, what's the date today? 20th,
21st, yeah.
On July 21st, 2026, year of our Lord, anything we said about the Edmonton Oilers that is interesting? I'm serious. Anything. Give me something we can talk about.
Now, are we saying like you want us to think of something that could be interesting?
I'm out. I got nothing left. I'm writing about something that I'm really excited about. I got 2 more, and then I need the Oilers to do something, or I'm running out of material. So what have we got? What is fun and exciting and will make people talk about the Oilers today on July 21st, 2026?
The only thing I have in the bag is like pure, not even speculation, just pure random thought. Like, hey, maybe what if this happens? And no one really wants to do that. So I might be out as well.
I got what did Mike Babcock do in Toronto? I've got, who should thrive, those sorts of things. And I can talk about those things, but the Oilers did a lot of work, and I think that you could go to camp with their roster now.
I'll be honest, I haven't had things with the Edmonton Oilers since probably
Well.
July 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't actually had a story that I really am desperate to talk about with the Oilers in at least a week. But what I would say, the only, I guess this would be Oilers adjacent. Jack Campbell retires.
Yes, we discussed that yesterday.
Yeah, that's
People
the
are
only
still,
thing.
people are still mad about it.
Of course.
But I mean, I think he was pretty honest about what he was going through, and the contract didn't work out. He did not play well, but we wish him the best. We hope that he does well in his life. And I was making a list today, and I don't know what to say about that CFL story about the car accident. And I like, it is such a, because a very young person lost their lives. A player who was, a leader, did something that was truly awful, and it cost his life as well. And so ordinarily we speak about things, how tragic they are, how difficult they are, what a bad decision it was, all of those things. But this thing is just, it is absolutely beyond tragic what happened. And there's somebody to blame for sure, but there are wrecked families over this. And, I think the generations that came after me are far more responsible than my generation ever was. So I'm not going to preach or pontificate about that at all, because it certainly is not something that I could do or can do. But is there any sense of this? Do we make any sense of this story at all?
It's incredibly sad, all of it.
Yeah.
And really, I think the one thing that you can really say about it in its entirety is just please don't drink and drive.
I think, honestly, I've been around for 64 years. I think the younger group at your age are way better at that than my group was. So I'm not going to say anything about that. That's I think all of the advertisements and all of the heartache and all of the, the things that have come have really changed society in a very, very good way. And I guess this is an outlier, but damn, does that hurt. It really does.
And we also should say, it's not just don't drink and drive. It's also don't indulge in cannabis and drive.
Right.
Because both things
have an impact.
And both things were, I guess, found in the vehicle and stuff. And
Declan, what will it be like for the football game on Thursday? Like, how will it, like, from a fan point of view, from a player point of view, from broadcast point of view, it has to be acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
And will it, like, because I don't know, like, do you play for that player? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly emotional. Obviously, it is kind of, you can see a shift in narrative on like the CFL social media page, just to use an example. Like they had his jersey as their profile picture. Then when a little bit more information came out, they removed it. Obviously both the CFL and the Saskatchewan Roughriders tweeting their condolences for Jade, nothing for Bisham. You would think, whatever they had planned will probably subside to some degree in terms of honoring. I just think, how could it not with some of the information that's come out? I still think you obviously honor the player.
Yep.
And you honor the other person who was killed as well. It's like I am beyond not a behavioral psychologist. Like I'm so out of my depth talking about this.
No, I feel the same way, and I don't want to put you in that position.
Right.
I just,
but
like from the game point of view, you wonder if they can play, and surely they will. But I mean, I don't know that.
Yeah, it'll be an emotional game for sure. I think that's probably the best, easiest, most kind of clear and concise way to sum it up. It'll be an emotional game.
Moment of silence.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think there's anything else, given the circumstances, that you can do. No?
Yeah.
Beck?
No,
it's just screams moment of silence, and that's kind of about it.
Yeah.
Because you do like, I think they were planning on wearing his jersey number like pinned to their helmets and stuff. And like it's so terrible to talk about. And
It is.
I talked about this on Elks Nation. Like I don't know how much I want to get into it, but like his girlfriend, we grew up in like the same neighborhoods, went to like rival high school. She's a year older, but like we followed each other on Instagram for forever. So like you know her a little bit, and I don't know. I want to tread carefully. It'll be a weird one.
Yeah. That's what I think we have and we should, because there's, this is a shattered two families and everybody surrounding those two families. We have to keep that in mind. All right. It's 12:19 on the way. We have rumors. We also have Sean Bell joining us at 1:00 today, and declinations. Where are we going with declinations today?
Yeah, I wanted to throw it to you guys. What are we thinking today? Do we want to do a little trivia? Do we want to do heat check ice bath? Another one I had kind of floated out was I pitch you guys some, like an example would be it won't be this easy, but it'd be like, who's the best player to never win the Hart Trophy? And you guys we all give our answers. Like wouldn't be that easy, but it'd be something like that. Right. So I'll leave it with you. Whatever you guys want to do, I'll accommodate. But
what if we each we have to do this next Tuesday, but what if each of us chose maybe 40 seconds of dialogue from Love Island and read that?
No, that's okay.
That would be a really fun, like Nate radio program exercise.
Yeah.
That is something I'll be pitching to Pat Valenza.
Right. Okay.
I don't know about doing it at 1:40 today.
My backup was that we read 40 seconds or so of dialogue from Reba, the sitcom.
Heat check ice bath at
Okay.
1:40.
I liked the trivia last week.
I like trivia.
All right. I can
Looks
think
like
of
I didn't win that one.
Questions.
On the way, rumors, Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
Say hello to Alberta's home for reeling and dealing. With Play Alberta, you can spin into the excitement of popular slots like Cash Eruption and Desert Fantasy. Experience Alberta exclusive games and get in on the action of live dealer tables with all new elevated stakes. However you prefer to play, the fun is ready when you are. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at edmontonexpocenter.com today.
It's dollar drink summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees. At participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
When your project can't afford downtime, call Japa Equipment Rentals. From excavators and wheel loaders to compaction equipment, Japa has the machines you need. Trusted since 1972. Visit japaequipment.com or stop our Edmonton or Calgary locations.
The Bricks 55th Birthday Bash continues with big savings store-wide. Save on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Plus, take 55 months to pay with 0% interest on furniture and mattresses. Or 36 months on appliances and electronics on approved credit. Find up to 30% off bedroom packages, up to 40% off select mattresses. And don't forget, you could be one of 275 winners with over $155,000 in prizes to be won. Hurry in. The Birthday Bash ends July 29 at The Brick. Saving you more.
You don't just need property services, you need problems handled. HireGood provides cleanup, debris removal, site monitoring, and safety attendance across Edmonton. We reduce issues on your property, keep spaces safe, and take pressure off your team. We resolve real problems for businesses while creating real impact, because our team is built on second chances, and they show up every day ready to prove it. Visit hiregood.ca or call and mention Jason Krueger for a first-time discount. HireGood. Stable jobs create stable lives.
Hurry in for hot summer savings at Wolf GMC Buick. Take advantage of 0% purchase financing for up to 72 months on select new 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 pickups. 0% purchase financing for 36 months on select new 2026 Sierra 2500 Denali and Denali Ultimate models. Plus, huge cash savings on GMC Sierra heavy-duty trucks. And ask about the $1,000 truck trade-in bonus and low-rate lease offers. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
It might have been scraped by the snowblower, dented while door crashing, or crunched at the company Christmas party. At some point over the winter, your car was damaged and it's been hiding under a coat of winter grime.
Then come and see Robertson Body Works. We can take care of the damage and the dirt. This week only, call and book a repair and get a complete auto detailing absolutely free.
But you have to book your appointment before the week is up. Go to robertsonbodyworks.com.
I'm Tim Robertson, and I fix cars.
Caesars is Alberta's anytime, anywhere sportsbook. Stay in the action with your favorite teams and players. Whether you're camping, kayaking, or catching a show this summer, bet wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus, Caesars Sportsbook offers fast payouts and flex parlays, a new way to keep your bet alive even if a pick misses. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today.
Must be 18 or older and physically present in Alberta to gamble. Must be 21 or older to use Caesars Sportsbook. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply. Please play responsibly.
Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
It's 12:24. This is the Lowdown on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. How many days in a row have we had rain?
Somewhere between 2 and 63.
I think that's fair because there is always in pockets where, you say, how about that storm last night? And somebody goes, it didn't storm at our house. And you're like, what? But we did get rain again last night and this morning, right?
Yes. Yeah. I woke up to rain this morning. Both this
Farmers need the sunshine. We got to do the sunshine.
First it was farmers need the rain. Now it's farmers need sunshine. Make up your minds.
It's the Farmer's Almanac. It's just, pick a lane, Farmer's Almanac. Jeez. All right. It is time for Rumors, brought to you by Harley-Davidson of Edmonton. It's riding season, and Harley-Davidson of Edmonton has your next bike waiting. Huge selection of new and pre-owned plus test rides available. Locally owned and operated since 1980 on the Yellowhead Trail or at hdedmonton.com. Okay, there's a lot of places to go today. We will start with hockey. Utah Mammoth have signed John Marino to an 8-year extension. John Marino was drafted out of nowhere by the Edmonton Oilers in 2015, always associated with Peter Chiarelli. When Chiarelli was fired, Marino was going to be, signed by somebody. The Oilers ended up trading him, and he had a career elsewhere, but he's done well. And, that's a long-term contract for a guy who is a puck mover, kind of a modern-day NHL puck-moving defenseman, and he's obviously going to get paid. I don't know if you've seen the numbers Jet Greaves and the Blue Jackets have put in. It's $2.8 million from the team side, $7.5 million from the organization side. I'm sorry, Jet wants 7.5. The Blue Jackets want to play him 2.8. I think it's Thursday they do the arbitration. They better make a deal, because if it's 7.5, like the Jackets they're a little exposed here, right? How much is he worth?
Well, I'd say based on what he did last year, I'd say he's probably at least a $5 million goalie.
No.
At the very least.
Oh, kind of what I was thinking, in the 4.5 to 5 range. And then, if you're Columbus, then just get him signed, because it's not worth the risk.
Look at his numbers from last year.
Yeah.
Like, he was a well above league average goalie. He was one of the reasons why they were even in the mix down the stretch. I don't know how you could possibly go into that ARB case and think, if you're the Jackets, we're going to win this.
No, they went too low is what they did. In Major League Baseball, a lot of teams are contemplating trading players. One of them, the Los Angeles Angels. I like to pick on them because Josh is a fan. Apparently, Zito is apparently being considered. But I ask you about your favorite player. Would this be the time for him to move the no trade and move on, like to the Yankees or somebody like that?
Well, first of all, if he moves to the Yankees, there's no telling what I would do, but I probably wouldn't be at work for a couple of days, just like really hitting it hard. Because as I explained to someone just a few days ago, I do hate the Oilers. As a Flames fan, it's bred into me.
That's fair.
But I can find respect for certain things that they do. I like Matt Savoy as a player. I really do.
And the 5 Stanley Cups.
No, screw that. However, I hate irredeemably the New York Yankees. I hate them more than I hate the Edmonton Oilers. They are like the penultimate bad guy in sports.
I felt the same way until they got Tim Raines and he won a World Series with them. Now I can't hate them.
I will never not hate that team. But I hate the Dodgers more now.
So if I saw Trout in pinstripes, it would be a real problem. I'd probably be single by the end of it. She's not even in town, but I would not be
just doing stupid
I would
stuff.
not be doing well, and I'd be doing dumb things. I don't think he's going to move the no trade though. He's got a young kid who's in school. Like he's been there for like 20 years basically.
He should waive it.
He should waive
Go
it,
win a
but
ring.
he's not going to, because I think at this point he's just like, hey, you know what? My family is very set up here that, like, me going to win a World Series, as much as that's what he's been chasing his entire career, actually a playoff win, then like
let's get the
a
first step first.
A playoff win. I think at this point he's just like, I don't want to leave my family. I don't want to have to uproot my family, because let's be honest, he's still good enough to probably be playing for a few years.
I want to reserve when the day that Skubal gets traded to the Dodgers. I'll need you for like a segment.
That's totally fine.
All right.
If wherever he gets traded, or anybody really gets traded on the deadline, you can give me a segment and I will explode if he gets traded to the Dodgers,
what I'm
because
looking forward to.
He's going to probably get traded to the Dodgers.
We talked earlier about LeBron James and where he would or would not go. Declan, is there a bigger story in the NBA right now? Is there another outlier free agent, or the Kawhi thing? What's hopping in the NBA 20 days after free agency started?
Yeah, the Kawhi one would be the other big one. Second investigation into him. I think that and LeBron are kind of the only two real big ones. The other one is the Milwaukee Bucks circumventing the cap and giving Gary Trent Jr. a 4-year, $64 million contract. And I know you guys weren't watching the Bucks last year, but Gary Trent Jr., not you guys, sorry, I mean like the listeners, or just people in general, because they were so terrible. Gary Trent Jr. is horrible at basketball. He averaged like 8 points on 30% shooting or something. Should never in any world be getting $16 million a year. It is the clearest like cap circumvention. Hey, we'll pay you when we get Giannis off the books. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I've ever seen. So that's something that'll be looked into. But other than that, it's very much the middle of the summer.
Okay. Who is the quarterback in Minnesota?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
I can't imagine it's JJ McCarthy.
I think they want it to be JJ, but
do you think? Well,
but Kyler,
like we're talking day one starter.
I think it will be Kyler, but I think they want to make JJ work. I just think he's bad.
Why do you hate Max Brosmer?
Holy, what a pull! That guy might be the worst quarterback in the NFL.
That was a performance last year.
That was crazy.
That was the one where he was like falling to his knees and still threw a pick somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
yes.
Nathan Peterman was somewhere smiling.
I remember he had a good drive to start the game too, and then it was like after that it was like, all right, he had one good series of plays in him, and that was it. Like the script was gone.
Love it.
That was a brutal game. I remember watching that actually.
Have they had a better quarterback since Randall Cunningham? Randall Cunningham was a great quarterback.
I think he's their best quarterback ever.
Thank you. Randall was so good, man. I loved watching him play.
So yeah, probably not.
They've had a lot of stopgaps.
And old people.
Yeah.
No. Do you remember Favre when he was throwing interceptions there?
Favre threw interceptions everywhere.
Oh, he'd run 60 feet one way, 60 feet another, and then drill it downfield for an interception 30 yards down the field. Would Trout go to the Dodgers, says Eddie in Red Deer? He wouldn't have to move his family.
He would not have to move. It's just a slightly longer commute for the guy. Maybe. I have no idea where he lives.
You'd be okay with the Dodger move? Because Teoscar's not hitting a ton.
Honestly, I don't hate the Dodgers as much as Donnie does. You have the money, spend it. Knock yourself out. So I don't really see an issue with him going to the Dodgers, honestly. He guaranteed World Series win, though. So let's go.
No, I mean, that's you win your ring, and then you can go right back to, Disneyland.
Well, I think he still has a few years left on his deal. 3 years, maybe?
All right.
Maybe 2 years of time.
Who, Trout?
Yeah.
I can.
It's either 2 or
check
3
that
because I know he
during the
signed a 4-year deal. I just don't know if it
How
kicked
many
in already.
people who are like, what generation, the modern generation of baseball fan probably doesn't even know how great Trout was.
Well, I mean, he put up 90. He has a 90 career WAR, so he was pretty good.
I know, but
is pretty good.
It's been a while, right?
It has been a while, largely because of injuries, but also because in between the injuries, he has actually kind of struggled the last couple of years just based on how much he has been on and off the shelf. But the Angels are just brutal. So yeah, he's
got 4 years left on his deal.
He's going to be one of those players that we look back and say it was a tragedy.
Right.
The course of his career, it was a brilliant career for himself, but what the Angels did around him and that owner, the owner's name's escaping me, but their owner has ruined his career.
No.
That guy,
Artie Moreno
absolutely screwed Mike Trout and screwed
Shohei
when he was an Angel.
And Albert Pujols.
And
you're right, actually, yeah.
And Albert, yeah.
Albert wasted. He was such a star when he went there.
He wasted 6 years on the Angels.
Jeez, and just it's like, oh yeah, he's still there because they're so non-consequential.
Artie Moreno was one of those people who would just pay the big star or who he thought was the big star and then never pay depth guys. And as you're finding out watching the Toronto Blue Jays, sometimes your depth players are extremely important.
Yeah. And they sign guys who aren't any good to long-term deals and then play them.
Yes.
Who's the third baseman? That
Anthony Rendon.
Yeah. Rendon, I loved him in that World Series.
He was awesome.
But the moment he signed, he just became a shell of himself.
He became a pumpkin.
They take your soul away in Anaheim.
Let's also be clear. They've never, basically once in my entire life do I remember them having a good starting pitcher.
No. Well, I think Detmers might be, but they're going to trade his ass.
Reed Detmers is good. Jose Soriano is good.
Yes. So it's sad that I'm 22 years old. I'm like, oh my God, Jose Soriano. He might be the best pitcher Mike Trout has ever played with.
That is actually funny.
And sad.
It's probably you're probably a little overblowing it, but they have not had very good starting pitching, no question. The funniest thing that Artie Moreno always finds a way to do, and remember before the season started, Al, and we were talking about, let's look at what former washed up All-Stars Artie Moreno has signed.
Oh, man.
And there was, Jordan Romano was there, Alek Manoah was there, and they just had whatever former washed up All-Star you can find in baseball will be a Los Angeles Angel at the end of their career because they will look and say, oh, but he's a former All-Star. We can definitely get something.
It's
Kirby
Moreno,
Yates is there still.
I hate you.
He's 39.
And they also Shanuel, who's he's a reasonably
he's okay. He's good.
But he's
enough.
He doesn't hit for enough power to play first base.
No, he has 6 homers.
And he's going to play there for 15 years. And you can say Wally Joyner didn't have as much power as everybody else in that era, but at least he could hit some bombs.
But hey, at least they have Joe Adele in right field.
He made that great catch, man.
He had what was the best game of the year for a while until Jacob Mizorowski had his Maddox.
That was wild. Remember last year when Kurtz hit 4 home runs?
Yeah, that was the best game of the year.
I watched that game. I'm like, he won't do it again, and then he did it again.
Well, actually, that was the best game of the year last year until Shohei had 10 Ks and 3 home runs in the World Series.
That was wild.
Nicholas Kurtz is an absolute stud.
Absolutely.
I just love my favorite game is let's look at the Angels.
I can't believe that's your favorite game. touch grass. Okay.
You know you're
This is
never
my
out of the
livelihood.
league until the Angels have given up on you. That's for sure.
I love looking at just some of the names and the ages of some of these guys on the Angels who've played for them this year. It's like, oh look, Tyler Heineman. Oh look, 37-year-old Travis d'Arnaud.
Listen, man.
Oh, Trey Mancini, he played a game. I
Ty-
forgot he existed.
Tyler Heineman is probably better at baseball than Logan O'Hoppe. Okay, let's be
At
clear
this point, Logan O'Hoppe is lost and will not be found. Jamer Candelaria, remember him?
Yeah, he was.
He played for the
Cincinnati,
Angels this year.
Yeah.
Nick Madrigal, I forgot he even
What about
existed.
the Jays pitcher who went over there after he
Alex Manoah.
Yeah,
It was a
single-handedly-
disaster. He got waived.
He single-handedly helped the Jays almost win the World Series, according to him.
Yeah.
Man. John of St. Albert question. The Oilers technically have 4 goaltenders because Ingram's still with us, even though he's a free agent and hasn't gotten picked up. No, he's a free agent. So he's no longer in any way affiliated with the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I like him as a goalie, but I think that he's going to have to work his way back. I think he's a good bet. I think that he would be a really good bet for a team looking to increase the quality of their goalie room, as our friend Declan calls rooms, and we'll see. But I don't think there's any chance. They like Devin Levi, and he's the 3rd goalie going in, so he might play only 25 games. They don't have room for a 4th, I don't think, and they're going to keep all 3 goalies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, Sean Bell on the way. What did we decide that we were going to do for declinations?
Trivia. Woo! I think Declan's probably looking it up
So-
right now.
No,
so
I
can't
got
look
my
at the
5
screen.
questions.
You put,
I have the standings from last week as well.
What about 30 seconds of dialogue from Love Island or Reba? No?
No.
Only if you're the one doing it.
I'll do the Reba.
No, because I want to know what you think they talk about on Love Island.
I have no idea.
Oh,
what
that
they
would
talk
be
about.
comedy.
I think it's like, hey, what you doing later? And probably this. Wow, cool. Right?
No.
I think you're a little off.
It's
Okay.
unfortunately more sad than that.
Well, it's not about infighting, as it can't be that long. I mean, you hear what Larry said? What a jerk.
That sounds more realistic.
Yeah, that's
actually.
more realistic.
Okay. Are they all jerks?
Ask Declan.
I would say they're all more vain,
superficial
than anything.
And you said ask Declan. Wow.
I think that's because I watched the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never watched that show.
I've never seen it.
No, I'd never watched that. But I know the reality television dating show formula. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out.
Yeah, really nice house, 16 bedrooms,
Attractive people.
34 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's always the swimming pool.
Right.
Because you got to get the attractive people with their shirts off and their bikinis on. And then, you know,
this is a future director.
there's got to be a horse riding session. And there's got to be a private villa that they can go to.
We're going
It's
to
formulaic as hell.
we're going to cut you off before you say something we'll all regret. On the way, Sean Bell at 1 o'clock. We'll have declinations at 1:40. More of your comments straight ahead. Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube, brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
Yeah, it's me again. And if you're sidelined with a sports injury, you already know nothing's more frustrating than being told to just rest. At Leading Edge Physiotherapy, we get athletes moving sooner with our zero gravity treadmills. You can run, train, and rebuild strength with up to 80% less body weight, so your injury heals while your confidence comes roaring back. When your sports injury's yelling, whisper back. LeadingEdgePhysio.com, because life shouldn't hurt.
The Riverhawks' final regular season homestand is on deck this week. Catch the bobblehead giveaway, a 2K dance party, Margaritaville, and Wizards, Wands, and Magic Night. Don't miss the party. Tickets at gohawks.ca.
Yandy Diaz having 2 hits in his game tonight against the Blue Jays. This ball smashed towards the bullpen. Get ready. It's on the back of the bullpen. Jordan, back-to-back home runs. He's 3 for 3 with 2 bombs, and the bullpen goes crazy.
There, Jordan with an absolute blistering laser into the bullpen. 419-foot line drive. The launch angle was only 23 degrees on that.
From Wells, swinging a high fly ball left field. This is deep. Back it goes. Yes, sir. It's out of here. Home run. The Derbinator touches them all.
He's the only person to win an arm wrestling contest with the Philly Fanatic. The Lowdown with Lowetide, now on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 for Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out, wolfgmcbuick.com. I don't think I'm a braggy type, but if I am, it would be about things like the number of really quality people who've been guests on this show over the years. Eric Tulsky, GM of the Carolina Hurricanes, Tyler Dello, AGM, Dennis King, Scout, Cody Nicolette, Scout, Carolina Hurricanes, and Jonathan Willis, who was a regular on this show for many, many years when it was over at the other station. He's written a book, and it's called How to Win Forever, and it's about the Carolina Hurricanes. It's what if hockey's most successful team wasn't built on grit, brute force, or star power, but on math? Now, these jack-o'-lanterns are going to give their opinion about the book and about math and hockey. I recommend you read the book. I tweeted out the link for you to order it. I hope you do. John is a great writer and also really smart about analytics. And it would be very worthwhile for not just for you or me or any of these jokers to read, but might want to buy a copy for Oilers management too. Might find some things out. Although they're doing pretty good.
Is he a huge expected goals guy?
He's basically you widen out what you're looking at, and expected goals would be a part of that. Yeah.
So anybody who mentions expected goals in a conversation, just get that out of the conversation.
Well, out of your conversation.
Yes.
But you don't mind if we over here work on something that
If
you're not interested
you two want to have your nerd caps on and
Sure,
go
sure.
into the expected goals debate, go for it. Go wild. Go nuts.
Well, that's what the Carolina Hurricanes did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember, you thought they'd never win.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened?
They did this little thing called winning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And math helped. You have to admit math helped them.
I would say, yeah, it probably did in certain elements.
Can you name me 3 other teams who won a Stanley Cup with less star power?
We've looked at this before. They're the third team in the last 2 decades to win without a legit superstar. Off the top of my head, the Blues were a better team than them. Who's the old? You could maybe say the old Canes.
Actually, that's the team that I thought of.
Yeah, the 06 Canes.
Yeah,
probably.
Cam Ward got hot.
Yeah.
But I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, Brind'Amour was at the end of his greatness, but he found a way. And they had Williams, who was really good, but like Dougie Waite was the third line center. They weren't a great team.
My one thing with this Canes run, though, is like they just had.
Is this because you hate math?
No,
Yes.
they just had such an easy route to it. They did. Like that Flyers team was just a worse version of themselves. Like anybody would have beat that Flyers team in a sweep, probably.
And yet they made the playoffs.
They did, but like that was the accomplishment. That was the end goal. Was do that, and then obviously the Flyers beat the Pens. I expected that to happen. But like that Canes team, I don't think they had a tough playoffs by any means. They got lucky in terms of who they faced.
So
they didn't get banged
maybe
up.
they should only get half a cup.
No, they deserve the cup. They got the cup. They got it. Good job for them. Praise for them.
Excuse me, my cynicism, but there is always this with somebody who doesn't like the analytics and the math. There's always a yeah, but, and that sounds like a yeah, but.
Well, it's a yeah, but I would say even if the Vegas Golden Knights would have had that same route, and they would have won the cup, I would have said it's an easy cup, easy.
Finishing first is a good idea. The Oilers should try it sometime.
The Oilers should try.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, you know what? That Canes team, like it was a good team, but can I say it was a great team? No.
Are we forgetting how good the Utah Mammoths were this year?
The Mammoths were great. I really liked the Mammoths.
I just wanted to get that in there when you said, "Oh, Vegas had an easy path to the cup."
No. I said if Vegas had the same path the Canes did.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant. Maybe that didn't come out.
I mean, next year we're assuming they're going to be really good, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. They got better this offseason.
You know what's interesting is that the Mammoth and our brains work in a certain way. So they weren't an expansion team; they were the Coyotes.
Yeah.
But the Mammoth are where I always thought Seattle would be by now. Like in terms of how good they are. Seattle's kind of, not brought what we thought they would so far.
Well, Seattle had horrible. I know people like to jump on the Oilers GMs of the past and present, but go look at that GMing job in Seattle.
Well, he didn't
and what's
like
been done.
offense at all. That was one of his problems. He
Well-
really didn't like the offensive players. Speaking of, a lot of people are saying that Babcock being here is going to reduce the offense for McDavid and Draisaitl. I don't think that's necessarily true. Now, if you look at it from they're going to play a little less, which is possible, then maybe they won't hit the dizzying heights. But when Babcock coached in Toronto, they all hit some big numbers. Do you think that McDavid will score 97 points and Leon will score 85? Or do you think that they'll hit the century mark under Babcock?
Connor McDavid's a 100-point player in his sleep. He just wakes up and gets 100 points for free. It's just how many more will he get over 100? I could see it slowing down to about 112.
one thing I agree with you. I think he'll be over 100. But one thing I would like is for them to play, like, start as you mean to go. Play opening night responsibly, so that when you get to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, you've been playing it all damn year, and it's by rote. You don't have to remind yourself to do it. You just go to the really good defensive places. That's what I'd like to see, and I don't care about the point total.
So I would suggest that if you look at Mitch Marner's time in Toronto under Mike Babcock, he had 94 points.
Yeah.
So if you look at Mitch Marner's time between Babcock and now, his career high is now 102 points.
Right.
So if you want to weigh that out to that Mike Babcock's going to suppress the Oilers' total offense, I'd say, yeah, he probably will a little bit, but it won't be dramatic.
He also did some things like in 2018-19, which would have been the third year for Austin Matthews. Matthews was hurt a little bit. Tavares' line, which had Hyman on it by then, they played over 600 minutes. And I think Draisaitl against elite competition. And I think Draisaitl's line might end up be the line that they try to get some clean air for McDavid for offensive purposes, and they ask Leon to do some of the heavy lifting.
I expect that to be the case too.
Yeah, because like the Draisaitl line is
it was their best line last year.
Yeah, and Podkolzin and Kapanen are still here, and if you want to try to massage young Ike Howard into that line, you can over time. But if he struggles, you can go back to Kapanen. I think we might see that line play quite a lot against the other team's best, as a matter of choice.
I would agree. I think at peak, I mean, Leon Draisaitl finished 6th in the Selke voting before, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Vasily Podkolzin's a very competent two-way player.
And he's big enough to hit people, and he can turn over pucks.
Yep. Yeah. And then if Kapanen's up there, I mean, that's a guy you've seen Mike Babcock trust before.
Yeah.
If it's a Matt Savoy, who knows what's going to look like on that right side. But I would suggest that would be my expectation, is that's kind of your John Tavares type, where that's the comparable to what it was in Toronto, where he's kind of your all around, I'm going to throw you out in any situation, and then you let McDavid run buck wild.
Yeah, and that will increase the 5-on-5 offense, which you can always use. I don't care how good you are as a team. The power play, if I'm worried about the power play in the Oilers, then somebody's hurt. It's the 5-on-5 outscoring that you have to do. All right. Sean Bell on the way. In our next segment, we have Declinations coming up at 1:40. This is the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube. We're brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick, and it's time for an update with Declan Krueger.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Brought to you by elksnation.ca for the best green and gold coverage online with articles, podcasts, and more. Visit elksnation.ca. News from around the sporting world is the Utah Mammoths signed defenseman John Marino to an 8-year, $54 million contract extension, while the Miami Dolphins, in the NFL, and linebacker Jordan Brooks agreed to a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. Other news from around the sporting world: Canadian soccer player Jordan Hoytema has torn her ACL and will be out for the rest of the NWSL season. And in the MLB tonight, the Dodgers and Phillies, as well as the Twins and Guardians, will get things going at 4:40. Rays and Jays at 5:07. Gosman on the bump for the Jays in that one. And the late game tonight in the MLB will be the Reds and the Mariners. I'm Declan Krueger. This has been a Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Silent Ice Sports and Entertainment is an innovative market leader across Western Canada. Properties include the Spruce Grove Saints, the Junior Prospects Hockey League, Silent Rides Charter Company, the Hockey Super League, and the newly launched Female Super League. Silent Ice also owns the Western Hockey League Seattle Thunderbirds and operates the Morinville AAA Arena. The Silent Ice Center, a new state-of-the-art entertainment facility in Nisku, features 2 sheets of ice, a 1,600-seat arena, as well as Summit Restaurant. Learn more at silentice.com.
You see it? Fusion Promo Marketing can make it. Fusion makes high-quality, memorable promotional products for businesses, sports teams, and corporate events. From vision to reality, get noticed and remembered. Fusion with a Z, promomarketing.ca.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Car shopping sucks. That's right. Going back and forth 100 times just to get a price. Give me your credit card for a test drive. What's all these extra fees? That sounds ridiculous. At Northgate, we do things a little differently. Good deals on new, pre-owned vehicles, good people, and a great selection. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Thinking of growing your business? In partnership with Prairies Can, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce is helping businesses explore new opportunities, new markets, and build connections through organized trade missions across Canada. Find the right mission for you at abchamber.ca/trade missions.
It's dollar drink summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees. At participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
It's cone season at McDonald's, which means vanilla cones are $1 each plus tax in the McDonald's app all summer long. Soft, creamy, and crunchy. For just $1 each plus tax exclusively in the McDonald's app. App download and registration required at participating McDonald's in Canada.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, Jersey barriers and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
Alberta, this one's for you. Around here, trust takes a few winters. It's why players have known Jackpot City since 1998. Home to hundreds of exciting casino games, live dealer action, and new adventures waiting to be discovered. Jackpot City, nothing beats the original. Please play responsibly, 18 years or older, Alberta only.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca.
You need the lowdown? It's with Lowetide right now on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
This is the lowdown on Sports 1440 for Wolf GMC Buick. Hurry in for hot summer savings, including 0% purchase financing on select models. 0%. Details at wolfgmcbuick.com. All right, we have declinations at 1:40 today. Lots of Oilers talk, a lot of Philadelphia Eagles talk too. Coach is using AI to improve. Okay, and we'll talk a little LeBron as well later on this hour. We are now joined, and delighted to be joined by our regular Tuesday guest, Sean Bell, former NHL player and man about town. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing, Lowetide?
I'm good. We've talked in the past couple of weeks about, defensemen retrieving the puck and getting it to a good place. And when we were talking last time, I was reminded of a conversation I had with Jason Strudwick about his shift, which was like a minute 40. And he kept trying to get the puck to his partner, and his partner was never there. It was a rookie. I'm not going to say who it was. I thought about the subject of how much you rely on your partner, because if the puck is shot into your own end and it's on your side, you're going to retrieve it, but you need to send it to a good spot, and you sort of need to make sure your partner will be there. A quick check to make sure he is, I'm sure, before you send it away. But how much do you rely on your partner, and how much communication can you make while you're on the ice?
Well, I think it's one of those situations where coaches use the word connected all the time, and as a five-man unit, you want to be connected, but in particular, as a D pairing, you want to be connected, because you want to be able to be in a position where you're consistently supporting your team, your D partner, and if you're going back for a puck, like how far of a pass does it have to be? Does it have to be, rink wide, or could it be a 10-foot pass where now all of a sudden he's in good support and he has the ability to move that puck out in a hurry? So I think you should rely on your partner quite a bit. but your partner can never leave you on an island by yourself. So, for Strud's story where he's on the ice for a minute and 40 and he keeps throwing it over his partner and he's never around, well, that partner left him on an island. And I would ask the question, Struds, what did you say to him in the dressing room for him to say, you know what, forget this guy. I'm going to make him pay for this for a minute and 40.
Yeah, that's. I imagine there was words, knowing Struddy. I'm sure there was.
I'm sure there was.
But from the when you're on the ice, do you because some centers are really good at coming down and being the third defenseman, and some are not. Are you? Is every play supposed to go a certain way, or one or two different ways when you're on your breakouts, or do you rely on the forwards not to be so spaced so far away from where you are that there's an entire layer of forwards, and making a pass through those forwards is difficult? Do you need somebody to be down low to kind of help transport it and make that first pass easier?
Yeah, there's lots that I can say to this question. But like, for example, if you're going back for a puck and that the forecheck is already established on, let's say, on one side of the ice, well, as a D partner, I want to go to the weak side of the ice, and so that my partner can now move this puck, and we've got open ice or white ice ahead of us, so that we can now transport the puck as quickly as possible. If it's a little bit more of a scrambled situation, as a defenseman going to get back to the puck, are you going to quick up? Are you going to tight turn with this puck and hope that there's a centerman in position kind of skating through the middle of the ice so that you can have a quick pass and then you can exit out of the zone? So there's lots of layers to that question, but the reality is, I answered it with my last one, was making sure that you're connected. So between the two defensemen and the centerman in particular, whether or not, he's stretched far out or, he's down low, you just want to make sure that you consistently have options to make sure that you can move the puck as quickly as possible. And for me, and this is just my opinion, I hate when defensemen rim the puck, because to me, it's almost like a bit of a turnover, because yes, you're trying to escape the pressure, but at the same time, as you rim this puck, well, what do opposing coaches say? Well, okay, pre-pinch the weak side defenseman, and then all of a sudden you've got this battle that is on the hash marks or just above the top of the circle. So to me, it's important to have that that connection between your defense partner, that centerman, so that there's always easy passes, and they're not necessarily 15 feet or two zones apart.
Yeah, that's the only time it's ever worked that I think that I've seen a rim pass around was when Dan Boyle was in San Jose, and he was so good at taking the puck off the wall and then moving it out either by transportation or passing. But you need a kind of a really special player to do that. Sean Bell, our guest on Sports 1440 and the Lowdown with Lowetide. That brings me to my next question, which is, most coaches, most often they have either a two-way type like Ekholm with a Bouchard who can move the puck, or a defensive defenseman like Connor Murphy. They want to be with somebody who can pass the puck well and outlet well, or skate the puck out well. That's the traditional way. Did you find that you preferred to have somebody who had a different skill set than you, or were you okay with like a two-way player like yourself? Did it matter to you?
Let's start with when I was in junior and I just decided I was going to skate everywhere that I wanted to. Clayton Stoner was actually my defense partner who played for the Wild in Vegas. And when he was in junior as well, he was a two-way defenseman. I was more offensive, but we used to give our coaches fits because we would both be up in the rush and there'd be no defenseman back. So from that perspective, yeah, we created some offense, but we also gave Don Knockbar some gray hair because of the fact that we were both up in the rush. And then, as we can kind of progressed over our courses of our career, we played together in pro and mini, and we both kind of transitioned to be both two-way defensemen. And I just found that it was easy to have a guy that was similar in the sense that he wasn't overly defensive, but he wasn't overly offensive either. So I always knew where he was going to be on the ice, because like the guys that are consistently buzzing up the ice and you look over and you're like, man, this guy's already jumping into play. Those guys are hard to play with. You have to there's got to be a little bit of time to understand what his tendencies are. And those guys are always hard. So that's why you want a guy that's a little bit more defensive to play with the ultra offensive guys.
That battle, though, to go back and make the play and to, have it work. There's also the coach who wants you to stand up at the blue line. I remember Mark Fain when he played here. I loved him as a defenseman. He was very smart, but he wasn't fast. And he was always surrendering the blue line a little bit. And I think I think Todd McClellan, when they brought in Chris Russell, he liked Russell better because he was a little quicker. But that side of the play, right, where you want to make all of those moves, but the first thing you do have to do is force the forward to throw the puck into the defensive zone, right? So how difficult it is, because I feel like I watch defensemen and they kind of get into a routine, right, where they surrender the blue line because it's a tough, fast team, and they do it more often than you would see them against a team that didn't have that kind of speed. How hard is it to hold the blue line when you're up against a significant team that is good?
Well, it depends if you have back pressure or not. And I think that's a massive part to play. And there's teams that, play different styles and finding ways to, I guess, hold that blue line. I mean, if you remember way back in the day, Guy Boucher kind of introduced the 1-3-1 that was designed to make teams dump the puck and you could have easy exits out of the zone. The Oilers, I believe about 4 or 5 years ago, started doing the quote unquote squeeze where, they shifted both of their defensemen to try to create one-on-ones. And then the back checking forward would pick up anybody on the far side. So there's different ways that you can do it. But at the end of the day, it all just revolves around your gap. If your gap isn't very good and, as a defensive group, you're playing way more passive, well, then you're going to give up the blue line way more than not. So I feel that, once again, being connected between your forward group and your defensive group, if your forwards are going to play high pressure and get in the forecheck and, kind of disrupt the other team, well, then your defenseman got to play up a little bit closer as well, so that there's an ability to shut down the rush a little bit earlier. If you're going to play, hard, fast, forechecking hockey, but your defensemen are going to be passive, well, then you're giving up the blue line basically every single time because you don't necessarily have the right back-checking pressure.
With Sean Bell as our guest on Sports 1440 and the Lowdown with Lowetide, with a coach like Babcock, he loves to turn over pucks and he loves the forecheck. So, and I think he's going to have pretty fast wingers here to force that play. So, from the point of view of the defensive side of that, do you often find that you're maybe more alone, maybe more 3-on-2s with that style because they're sort of flooding the offensive zone for the forecheck?
Sometimes, but there's other times. I mean, if you look at Mike Babcock's teams overall, like they reload exceptionally well, basically meaning at any time the puck, goes in the zone and it goes east-west, if you're that F1 and F2, like they reload through the middle in a hurry and they're consistently, playing on the defensive side. So yes, it's a hard forechecking style, but at the same time, they're coming back through the middle to try to intercept those passes. And they're always trying to have guys outnumbering the opposing team. So, for a guy like Babcock and his style, to me, I would like to play in it because it lends itself to me being a little bit more aggressive as a defenseman and potentially holding the red line or the blue line, and then creating those turnovers and going back the opposite way.
This is the final question I have for you, and it's one that I've thought about for a while now. I often look at teams making changes in a summer where they're bringing in a new coach, and I feel like Mike Babcock and Darnell Nurse might have been ships that passed in the night because a lot of Babcock style aggression, using speed, those sorts of things. I think Nurse might have thrived in that situation as well, and I think that we'll never know, obviously, and I like Ryan Shea for a lot of the same reasons, but do you think that the defensemen they have here now are well situated to play in a Babcock system?
Yeah, I think they can all skate, and I think that's the biggest piece of the puzzle. I mean, taking away time and space for defensemen is massive. Obviously, Darnell's one of his strengths was his skating ability, and when we saw him play well, it was because he was, taking away time and space and being aggressive on players and not allowing them to make plays. But the defense overall that you have here in Edmonton, I mean, Wallman can skate, Bouchard can skate, Ekholm can skate, and is a solid defender. Murphy's a solid defender. Like, they've got some really good pieces, but now it's, can we try to limit the time the opposing team has with the puck because we're being a little bit more aggressive, but we also have layers in behind that particular player. So I think the system that Babcock's going to employ is going to help the overall defense, but it's just going to cause more turnovers and allow them to play on the offensive side a little bit more.
So puck possession will improve, right? Because I thought Knobloch had a really good puck possession team, but they became a little more passive. Last season was tough because they had so many injuries, but they were a little more passive than they were when Knobloch got here in the first place. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I definitely agree with that. I mean, there was so many times you'd watch a game and, defensive, it could be a 50-50 puck, but they'd allow the other team to go get it. And then all of a sudden they're defaulting to play defense as opposed to saying, okay, well, let's create that race for the puck. Let's scrum it in the corner. And then maybe we win it and we break out of the zone. But just way too often, they defaulted to just allowing the other team to get it. And then they decide to go into a bit of a shell and play passive defensively.
All right. Are you enjoying the summer?
It's been a good summer so far. Got some, golfing going, and my game has improved slightly. So slight is good in the golf game.
What I learned about golfing is that I'm a terrible golfer, but the 3 shots that I made that were good are the ones I remembered all winter. So,
you don't remember throwing your 8-iron into the river or anything like that. But I mean, that one shot that was like 15 feet wide. Yeah, that thing keeps bringing me back.
Oh my God, so true. All right, thanks for this, man. Have a good one.
Always a pleasure, guys.
There you go. That's Sean Bell. He's our Tuesday guest. He's our headliner of the day, brought to you by Faber. Debt holding you back? Let Faber's licensed insolvency trustees help you tackle your debt. Book your free consultation at faber.ca or call 1-877-944-1177. That's 877-944-1177. Any big trades while we were talking? Any major moves? Wow, it must be July.
Yeah, it's the summer. There's really not much happening unless you're looking for, football camps to start getting kind of going here shortly.
You know what would really help us, in terms of content? If the Jays bats could wake up.
Yeah, if the Jays bats could wake up, if the Jays could wake up as a team, it'd be really nice to have them wake up in time for my trip to Toronto here at the end of the month.
Tampa Bay is in Toronto, and that's the team, one of the teams they're chasing.
Mm-hmm.
The Bo Sox and the Yankees are cheering for Toronto this week, and they lost, 7-1 last night?
Yeah, they lost 7-1. They continue to be no good, and the Jays are now, just in the wild card. They're falling and continue to fall. They're 5.5 games back.
Yeah, I mean, if they have a 10-game winning streak, then we can talk, but they need that. They need what the Bo Sox have done.
At what point do you sell?
I think now. I mean, seriously, I don't know who's on an expiring contract at the top of my head, but,
Varsho and Gosman.
So, Gosman, geez. I mean, you could get quite a bit for Gosman.
Oh, and George Springer. But George, you're not going to get much for, I don't think, at this point.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking, because everybody needs pitching help, right?
Yeah.
But the Jays bullpen, beyond Varland, who are you keeping?
You're keeping Rogers, and you're keeping, I would say, Braden Fisher, Mason Fluharty. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one other, but the Jays bullpen, you could pretty much tear it down. Oh, and you want to keep Spencer Miles.
Right.
Among
and then if you trade Gosman, names, you have Cease, who's having a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Bieber, who's I think a little bit, blowing smoke right now. Savage, who's still emerging. And then you got a bunch of injured guys, and I have no idea about Bowden Francis or Barrios or Plants. I mean, that's a next year question. Right?
That is a next year question. I'm not so worried about what the starting pitching will look like next year, because I think they'll all just kind of get like they'll be healthier next year, you would assume. But like for me, I'm just worried about what the offense will look like next year.
Well, Vladdy will be better.
Vladdy will be better, but they need an offensive overhaul.
They need a lefty bat with hair on his ass.
Yep.
Like, they need Freddie Freeman.
They need Freddie Freeman. They need Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan
would look really good, but to get Yordan would be an absolute fortune. Yordan's
the best player in baseball right now.
Yordan has been unfreaking believable.
And he's healthy. Like, I think we always know that when he's healthy, he's going to be good, but he's healthy and he's been even better.
Yes. It was just a question of, could Yordan Alvarez stay healthy? And to this point, he has, and Yordan Alvarez is because he's basically been one of the lesser talked about, like, superstars in baseball over his career, because he's a DH.
Yeah.
And he is a butcher in the outfield when he's out there, but he always finds a way to kind of miss, for the last couple of seasons, he's missed at least 60 games.
Yeah, no, he's missed a lot, like a third of the season or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's played above 140 games twice.
You'd have to I don't know what a team would have. It would be all the Dodgers prospects to get Yordan.
For those who don't know.
And he was a Dodger at one time.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yes. For those who don't know about Yordan Alvarez this season, he's hitting 324, which that's okay. You'd take 324 by itself.
He could win the Triple Crown, and that's not far away from leading the league in batting.
He has 33 homers. He has 4.6 WAR as a designated hitter. And then he has a measly 75 RBIs. He has an on-base percentage of .432, which is incredible. His OPS is 1,083.
Those are Bonds type numbers.
His OPS plus is 199.
Crazy.
So he is almost 100% better than the league average hitter. Just a smidge worse than 100% better.
And all the Jays have to do is go get him, and everything will be fine next year. Well, okay. Well, we've solved the Jays' problems. More of your comments on the way. Don't forget, we have declinations. We're doing trivia. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. It's all on the way. Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube. Brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick.
Wondering what you can afford? Let Go Auto do the math with our free car loan calculator. No pressure, no awkward convos, just quick answers on your budget and payments. Bad credit, no credit? We got you. Text CHECK to 780-777-7777. That's CHECK to 780-all-7. Find out what you qualify for and start shopping with confidence. Go Auto. Drive what you love with payments that make sense.
Are you a skilled laborer? All Star Construction wants to talk to you. A heavy equipment operator with Traco or backhoe experience? All Star Construction wants to talk to you, too. With work in and around Edmonton for local land developers, All Star Construction offers year-round employment. Whether it's power, gas, or telecom, developers rely on All Star Construction to get the job done. So if you're a skilled laborer or a heavy equipment operator with Traco or backhoe experience searching for work, search All Star Construction on Indeed.
Thinking of growing your business? In partnership with Prairie's Can, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce is helping businesses explore new opportunities, new markets, and build connections through organized trade missions across Canada. Find the right mission for you at abchamber.ca/trade missions.
Not sure where to turn? Remember 211, the number to contact for mental health, addiction, and community supports. It's free, confidential, and available 24/7. 211 Alberta. One number, countless connections.
A message from the Government of Alberta.
Caesars is Alberta's anytime, anywhere sportsbook. Stay in the action with your favorite teams and players. Whether you're camping, kayaking, or catching a show this summer, bet wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus, Caesars Sportsbook offers fast payouts and flex parlays, a new way to keep your bet alive even if a pick misses. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today.
Must be 18 or older and physically present in Alberta to gamble. Must be 21 or older to use Caesars Sportsbook. If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. Standard message and data rates may apply. Please play responsibly.
Experience west of Mabu, the 5-piece Celtic band, and the Celtic Ceilidh Dance Academy as Sherlock Holmes Pub presents the Family Ceilidh on the K97 stage at the Sherwood Park Highland Gathering, Saturday night at 6 in Broadmoor Lake Park. Tickets at spHG.ca.
The Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440. Can you fit Sports Encyclopedia on a business card?
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. Check them out, wolfgmcbuick.com. Little country after dark there with some of those lyrics. I like that you're changing it up a little bit, Deck. I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I've played that one a good few.
No, but I haven't heard it in a while. It was nice to get the throw.
I don't have a country bag. Like, I don't have the arsenal.
Well,
I got
just play
hurt by Johnny Cash. I got Jolene. That's about it.
Play Reba.
Oh, I do like The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
Yeah, right.
I do like that one.
And You Lift Me Up to Heaven, and whoever is in New England when she's through with you, yeah, they're all love songs about people who are faithful to each other. Okay, Cliff77 says, "Hi, Lowetide. General hockey question: if a team wants to pick up someone off waivers, is there an order which the team can pick them?" Yeah, the first month of the season, I think it's the previous year's standings where the last place team picks first, and then on it goes, and then they shuffle after a month, I believe, and then they would be the latest standings. I think that's how it goes. You'd be surprised at how many teams can gather players if they try a lot. Like Carolina, if you go back and look over the last 7 years, how many goaltenders they picked up on waivers. It's a large number.
Yeah, it has been. You look at the Florida Panthers; they've done some good work on waivers. Gustav Forsling.
Yep.
From the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yep, he's done well.
The Canes don't know everything.
Oh, wow. Yeah, just wait till next year when you can say they'll never win anything again. Remember Anthony Santander, Nick says in Grand Prairie. Good memories from him. You know, he's not coming back this year.
No, he's not coming back ever, I don't think.
God, that was such a, they sign these contracts and you're like, okay, because lefty, hair on his ass.
Yep, switch
They're
hitter.
hard to come by,
Had 40 homers the year before.
The Montreal Expos looked for years for Larry Walker, and then they finally found him. But from Rusty Staub to Larry Walker, and Staub got traded in 72, Walker would have been, 91, 92? So that's
something like that,
20 years. They went 20 years looking for a lefty bat who could pummel the ball. And then they only had him a few years because they were too cheap to keep him, and he ended up going to the Rockies and making the Hall of Fame. They didn't qualify him because they were afraid he was going to accept.
I know.
Like, are you kidding me? Tell us you're giving up without telling us you've given up. What a garbage move that was.
Yeah, not
all our favorite teams make garbage moves, Tide. It's just the way it is.
Not great.
But I got over it, as you can tell.
That totally. I can.
Totally.
So we also have a text coming. Kevin Gausman is unfortunately gone. That comes in on the text line from Brett from Stony.
Is this a trade that's happened, or
No. He's just expecting him to be gone.
Well, Gausman would get you a lot.
Gausman would get you a lot.
Like, you could get a young pitcher. Like, if you went to the Atlanta Braves or the Cubs, God, do they need pitching?
Now, hear me out. What if he went to the Brewers?
Well, the Brewers have...
They have so many pitchers.
They do. They could trade two for
so they'd be willing to get rid of some, and then you got some Brewers pitching prospects. Hold on a second.
Logan Henderson. I don't know if they'd trade him.
Kyle Harrison.
They might.
The problem with the Brewers is they just have such.
Everybody throws strikes They don't have except for
sounds like a big problem. Everybody throws
no, but the Brewers and Rays are the two weirdest teams in baseball because you look at those two rosters and say these rosters suck.
Yes.
But they each have like two really quality players, and by really quality, I like Junior Caminero, unbelievable player. Churio, unbelievable player.
Yeah.
And then you like Christian Yelich, you like Yandy Diaz on the Rays and Brewers.
Yeah. But they've got like 6 soft spots at the bat.
They do.
Yeah.
But then you look at their pitching staff and they just find a way. I'm going to refer to it as devil magic because I have no idea how they do it.
Me either.
Every year, there's like 6 guys that break out of nowhere who you've never heard of for no reason at all. And then they just show up. Like, go look at Baker, the closer for the Rays right now. And I'm like, what the hell's a Brian Baker? And then all of a sudden you see this guy in the All-Star game. He's got like a 1.7 ERA, and he's been unbelievable. It's just the Rays and Brewers, those are the two teams you don't want to trade with because you honestly feel like the guy you get back is going to suck. Like, look at what's happened with the Red Sox. They make that trade with the Brewers.
I know, they
trade away Kyle Harrison. Kyle Harrison's been unbelievable for the Brewers. And then you look at Caleb Durbin. He was the worst batter in baseball for the first couple months of the season. And the Red Sox, it's totally blown up for them in terms of their package they got back. But like the teams that if you're the Jays, you might want to trade with, like assuming if you are selling, which you're 5.5 games back now, you're gonna have to go on a miracle run between now and the trade deadline.
The Brewers also do weird stuff like they'll have their starter go 3 innings and then Aaron Ashby will come in and vulture a win. Aaron Ashby, who I think he started 1 game this year. He has 12 wins. 12.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's
not bad.
But he can come in and pitch 3 innings, the 4th through the 7th or 6th, and that's when they get a lead and then they hold it. Like I think they've MacGyvered a way to get a start out of not like 3 pitchers, but 4. And guys like Aaron Ashby are extremely useful if they don't have to see the order more than once.
Yeah, they have what they've done is they've created a system that can be unbelievably favorable for basically them and them alone. They just what the Brewers and Rays do is what the Moneyball A's used to do. Is find value in players that other teams don't necessarily value, and then you try and raise the floor of these players. Like they're all players where the floors get raised, but there's not a ton of ceiling, so that's why you never see them go on deep runs. I mean, the Rays did go to a World Series that 1 year, and then they got blown out. But like I look at this Brewers team, and I'm like, you've got a couple of guys who are really, really, really quality. And then after that, it's a bunch of league average.
It's true. And they do things like when they traded for Lance McCullers Jr. from Houston and Coda Gordon, I thought, okay, they're going to turn McCullers into something. But then I was listening to a podcast, Eno Saris, Rates and Barrels, and he said they probably took McCullers because they had to take the money from Houston to get Gordon. And Gordon, they'll use McCullers as middle relief, but Gordon is a guy they see being able to be, part of that team and another guy who can pitch 4 or 5 innings, maybe start, maybe middle relief. And he also has options, so he can go down to the minors. So they build a team in the majors and a team in the minors that can be recalled. They're doing chess in baseball pitching. And the Jays are not. They're playing checkers.
But even the rest of their roster is chess. Like, you look at Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez is 26% above league average hitter. And Gary Sanchez has just been kind of floating around the scrap heap for
he's
the last...
He's a platoon guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's a platoon guy. Yeah. Andrew Vaughn, platoon guy. But another player off the Chicago White Sox scrap heap, former first-round pick, you find a way to unlock a little bit extra out of that player. Look at a guy like Garrett Mitchell, who's a 27-year-old center fielder who's never really been anything all that special, and he's 28% better than league average hitter. You look at Bryce Terang, who is one of the best defensive infielders in baseball, and he gets a ton of value out of the defense, but you find a way to unlock a little extra floor out of that bat, and it's not...
And he's not striking out a lot more either.
No.
To get the homers.
They find a way to just increase the floor on their players in such a weird way. And like, look at a guy like Jake Bowers.
Oh.
Like Jake Bowers has 18 homers, and Jake Bowers is scrap heap material.
They also like they developed talent. They had Caminero. They traded him. And they've got the top prospect in baseball, Jesus Made.
Made, yeah.
Is a shortstop in the Milwaukee system, and he's not that far away.
No, that's why they didn't. That's why they let Willie Adames walk.
Yeah.
Is because they had what they knew what they had, or they figure they know what they have in Jesus Made, who should be, in theory, besides Churio, he should be there.
But their star player 2
Their
years
star
from now.
player.
The thing they also do is they make a trade. They dealt away Corbin Burns, I believe, and they got Joey Ortiz, he does not work out, but he's a good defensive player. So they play him at shortstop and third base, and they don't give up on him. They just have him in the lineup, and he's a utility player, and he's not playing as substantial as a role as that maybe they thought he was going to, but they never throw anything out. Like their fridge is full of leftovers and things that anybody else would have thrown out, and then they can make it into a meal. They never go short in Milwaukee because they always have something. They don't have a third baseman. They don't.
No. They don't have, like, traditionally, you would look at this team and go, this team sucks.
Well, and you watch them and you go, like, I watched them in the first 4 innings, they've done nothing. And then the second time through the order, they chip away. Oh, there's a double. Oh, that didn't end anything. In the 5th inning, it's a leadoff walk. Somebody hits the catcher. Then there's a blast, and it's 3-1 now, and you're behind. They're an irritating team if you don't cheer for them, because they're planning on, like, beating you in a subtle way, and they don't panic about anything. They really don't. And Churio hasn't even been that healthy, and they're still really good.
No, Churio hasn't even been. I would argue Churio hasn't even really been that good.
No.
Like, Churio has been good. I mean, the standard is, has he been substantially better than Vladdy Jr.? Yes. But like, Churio's only played in 66 games, and the Brewers are still where they are. Like, Joey Ortiz, this is where I come back to, like, defense only matters so much in baseball, and so many people, to me, overvalue it.
Well, you need bats.
You need bats. And see, if you compare a guy, like, let's look at the Joey Ortiz comparison to Andres Gimenez for a second, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Joey Ortiz is, quick math, 27% worse than a league average hitter. Joey Ortiz is still worth more than Andres Gimenez.
That's incredible, eh? You like picking on him, man.
But Andres Gimenez he's a really good glove, but he just can't hit.
No, not consistently. And he can't hit for average at all.
He can't hit for average. He can't hit. Like, I don't understand why they took on that contract. I hated it at the time because I knew that this is one of the worst contracts in baseball.
I think they thought they could unlock him in that ballpark, but it hasn't happened.
I think any genius who thought they could unlock him was not understanding what was going on with the player. The player was his all-star season in 2022. He had an 837 OPS, which is fantastic. He had 17 homers, but if you looked at the season after, it dropped to a 712 OPS.
And they traded Lindor out of there in Cleveland.
Yeah.
No.
He was part of the Lindor deal.
Yeah.
And then he dropped to a 638 the season after. So you're seeing a player regress for two consecutive seasons after his breakout season. The reason he had a breakout season is because he was statistically the luckiest player in baseball.
Yeah.
That's not an over exaggeration. That is just, like, there are stats in baseball that judge how lucky or unlucky you can be.
Are they mathematical?
They are.
Oh.
And I like them better in baseball because they make more sense.
They're analytics.
They are analytics. Analytics in baseball is better than analytics in hockey.
Oh, interesting.
But I just don't understand how you possibly could have thought, oh, there's more to unlock in this bat, when you watched a guy go out there and year over year get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. And the Jays have cornered the market. All right, 1:38 on the way. Declinations. We're doing a little trivia. Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440 and YouTube. Brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. Hurry in for hot summer savings at Wolf GMC Buick. Take advantage of 0% purchase financing for up to 72 months on select new 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 pickups. 0% purchase financing for 36 months on select new 2026 Sierra 2500 Denali and Denali Ultimate models. Plus, huge cash savings on GMC Sierra heavy-duty trucks. And ask about the $1,000 truck trade-in bonus and low-rate lease offers. Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
It's dollar drink summer at McDonald's. Sip on a refreshing small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Only at McDonald's. Excludes flavored and cloud iced coffees at participating Canadian restaurants. Taxes extra. Prices exclude delivery.
The Riverhawks' final regular season homestand is on deck this week. Catch the bobblehead giveaway, a 2K dance party, Margaritaville, and Wizards, Wands, and Magic Night. Don't miss the party. Tickets at gohawks.ca.
For all your welding supplies, think AWS Welding. Located in Nisku, their readily stocked storefront carries a wide variety of welding glasses, cylinder rentals, plus welding rod, wire, and consumables. Same-day delivery is always available. And if they don't have it, AWS Welding will find it for you fast. Visit their online store today at awswelding.ca or give them a call or text at 780-979-0470. AWS Welding. They make it happen.
Novo Blinds is your home ice advantage for window coverings. Edmonton's own custom manufacturer with over 300 5-star reviews from homeowners, builders, and commercial contractors. Book a free in-home consultation at novoblinds.ca.
Scott McGilvery here, HGTV host and renovation expert. The one upgrade I know homeowners will love: better, fresher Culligan water straight from the tap. Culligan's Aquasential reverse osmosis filtration system takes your water to the next level. With up to 7 stages of filtration and 14 filter options, they're certified to reduce over 90 contaminants. Your tap water is about to get a major upgrade. Safer water that tastes great. Get started with a free in-home water test at Culligan.com. Culligan, water you love.
Guys, there never seems to be enough time in the day, but you need to make time for this. Ken Franchek here. If you're 40 or over, a quick PSA blood test is crucial for early prostate cancer detection. The Prostate Cancer Center's Man Van is a mobile health clinic driving change for men's health. A few minutes could save your life. To get the Man Van out to your business or event, book today at getcheck.ca.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Well, Dale and I are very different. I get early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Thanks, Bet365.
If gambling is affecting your mental health or well-being, 211 Alberta is here to help. Call or text 211 or visit ab.211.ca. 18 plus all. T's and C's apply.
Feeling overwhelmed by debt? Concerned about what the next few weeks or months will bring for your finances? My name is Parveen Middleton. I'm a licensed insolvency trustee at BDO here in Edmonton. You don't have to navigate this alone. Together, we can review your options and build a personalized plan to reduce your payments and get you out of debt, so you can breathe again. Call 1-833-BDO-TALK or visit bdodebt.ca to book your free consultation and discover your debt-free future.
Here's the Lowdown with Lowetide on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wolf GMC Buick. We're making it easy. WolfGMCBuick.com.
This is the Lowdown on Sports 1440. Brought to you by Wolf GMC Buick. 143, one of the best story songs available. Done by Reba. Well done, Declan. Love that. It's time for Declinations. Brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Get your tickets to the next game which I believe is August 1st, at goelks.com/tickets. Is it August 1st?
August 1st,
There we
prehistoric
go.
party against the Saskatchewan Riders.
Rough Rider Riders.
Rough Rider Riders, yeah.
You know, I loved it when it was a 9-team league and 2 of the teams were called Rough Riders.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
We got to get 10 teams. Like Quebec City,
come on,
which
yeah.
it looks like it's headed
Kelowna,
towards. Kelowna did very well. Right there. Like,
Moncton.
but doesn't a part of you kind of almost feel like Kelowna can't consistently hold a team?
Totally. Do you know how many folks from like Edmonton and Calgary live there now? They'll go watch it.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if that market can galvanize a young fan. Like they might have an initial bump, but like the continuity, I don't know. I like the idea of Quebec City.
It's a nice city. So is Quebec City, though.
And Quebec love their youth sport. Like
they do. They
their
love the
college team.
CFL rules. Good.
But Kelowna's a summer town.
Totally. And all the cool people live there.
Anyways, trivia time.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I'm leading this from last week.
Yes, you are. We have the standings from last week. It's 5 questions, 5 different sports. From last week, Lowetide with 2 points, Donovan and Josh with a point each.
So one didn't get one then.
But 4 out of the 5 questions were answered correctly in some capacity, which I think is a really, really good benchmark. Like collectively, you guys are batting 80%, which is good. Question number 1. Which MLB team has been caught stealing the most this season?
I'll say the Chicago Cubs.
I'll say it'll be an older team, somebody that runs, trying to get their manager fired. Boston Red Sox.
Trying to get their manager fired. I'm going to say shot in the dark Cincinnati Reds.
All good guesses, I think. I don't know. I'm not a baseball guy. It's Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Rays have been caught stealing the most this season.
All right.
Okay. Question number 2. Which NBA team made the most threes last season?
Good God.
San Antonio.
I'll say the Charlotte Hornets.
I'm just going to go back to the Golden State Warriors.
I can confirm the correct answer has been said. The team that led the NBA with the most threes last season was the Charlotte Hornets.
There you go.
Point for Josh.
Nicely.
Shout out to Con Knipple, baby. And LaMelo Ball, who I think finished 3rd with made threes this season.
Question number 3. Which NFL team led the league in sacks last season?
I'll say the Seattle Seahawks.
Despite having the NFL's all-time sack leader, I don't think it's the Browns.
I feel pretty confident it wasn't the. I mean, we'll feel pretty dumb if it was the Browns, but also like they are simply that bad.
They were terrible, but Myles Garrett was awesome. The Seahawks, I think, is a good shout. Todd, you gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go. Rams.
That's a good guess. I really like that guess, actually.
Sure as hell wasn't my Dolphins. I'm gonna ride with Josh here. I think it's the Seahawks.
So what's funny, out of all these 3 answers, the Browns actually would have been the best. They were 3rd in the league.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were 3rd. Rams were 7th. Seahawks were 8th.
Damn.
The team that led the league was the Denver Broncos.
Oh man, how good!
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick Benito had like 13.5 sacks.
I should have had that.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah, they
watched
had
like every stupid.
They had like
Broncos
3
game.
or 4 guys in double-digit sacks. They're so good.
What were we thinking?
Damn.
I doesn't care. That's question number 4. Which NHL team had the most PIMs last season?
Oh man.
Well, everybody was hurt. I'll say Panthers, even though they were all hurt.
That's interesting.
Probably the right answer, though. Honestly, I mean that team's allergic to staying out of the box. What about the Tampa Bay Lightning? I know they've always been up there.
Damn, that's where I was going to go. I don't know if I want to double up again, but also I don't really want to get this wrong. Matt, no, too bad. I'm doubling up. I'll say the Lightning also.
So the Florida Panthers were 3rd.
Okay.
The Tampa Bay Lightning were in fact first.
There you go.
All
They led the
right.
league
Nicely
with
done.
only team over 1,000, by the way. I think they
Oh
had
my
about
God.
1,200.
Well, they played the Panthers a lot, so that's probably
Well,
why.
that
Sabrin was probably half of those.
well, they that one game they had against the Panthers.
It was nuts.
God, like, oh man, they doled out like 40 minutes of penalties in like a period and a half. It was crazy.
All right. Question number 5. Name one of the 11 players who made the FIFA Men's World 11 team last season.
Oh God.
What's the qualifications for that? Or are we allowed to
So
know?
it's essentially like the World All-Star team.
Okay, I'll say.
So it'd be like the equivalent of the All-NBA team, but it's worldwide.
Yeah,
I
all
don't
right.
know.
I'll say Kylian Mbappe.
I was gonna say Kylian Mbappe.
I'll say Mbappe too, and we'll all be right.
Actually, we're all wrong.
3 Kylian Mbappes, and he did not make the squad.
At least, hey guys, at least we were all wrong
At
together.
least we went down all
Was
together.
like Harry Kane on the team,
Harry
or
Kane did not make the squad.
did
Okay,
anybody
that was my
that was
other
like
one.
good at the World Cup this year actually make the team?
The forwards were Dembele and Lamal, Jude Bellingham. He made the team. Pedri, Vitinha, Cole Palmer, my favorite player. Then the back line was Hakimi, Nuno Mendes.
I would have never gotten any of those guys.
Sancho, and someone else.
I was after my second one was Harry Kane, and then it was Robin, who hasn't played in a decade. So there you go.
My
Harry,
next
Harry
guess was-
Kane will make it this year.
My next guess was Lionel Messi. So.
I was thinking to say Lamine Yamal, except I was like, well, he was 18 last year, so maybe
He was
not.
17 during the majority of the season.
Well,
But
then
he
there-
did make it. He was one of the forwards.
Well, that's I'm sick to my stomach.
Okay, we have a point standing update through 2 weeks of this fun
I
game.
sucked today.
Lowetide and Donovan currently tied with 2, and Josh atop the leaderboard with
Oh,
3.
all right.
There you go. Look at Josh with the big brain. There you go.
Yeah, and you were talking about Josh playing at the WPT this year.
Yeah, he didn't bluff. He had a great hand, a pair of kings.
I mean, he got Cowboys,
But he had,
you got a 3-bet on those.
4.5 million, and the other guy's like, he had an ace, but he didn't have much. Ace 7, I think. Do you guys play a lot of poker?
Yeah.
Oh, too much.
I play it every once in a while between friends.
Yeah.
I
What's
almost
the
always
ante?
win.
Yeah, because you browbeat them. You know, I don't even like baseball, and look how much we talk about it. What's the ante?
You guys probably don't play with an ante. You probably just play with blinds. Hey?
No, we just do blinds. Yeah.
All right.
What's your guys' favorite variation?
I'm a pretty classic no limit Texas Hold'em kind of guy.
Yeah, we're just Texas Hold'em.
Although there are some that are fun. What's the one? Omaha, right? That's 5 cards. You're only allowed 4.
Was that 4? We played that once.
Yeah, PLO is when you get 4 whole cards, still 5 community cards, but you have to use 3 from the board, 2 from your hand.
Yeah.
The 5 is because you played the game so much that you know it backwards, right? And you sort of know. Do you play with regular guys? Do you know them well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you probably read them more than the cards.
Yeah, I know how to read 2 of them perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is a bit more of a wild card. And you
because
can't
he drinks.
because he drinks
Yeah.
and because he's just too reckless. So I guess that works in his favor sometimes, but I always clean him out, so it never really matters.
Have you called any of them an ignorant prick?
No.
Oh, okay.
Usually I don't do that in my friends circles because
So, how much do you walk away with on average?
I don't know. I'd say $75.
Not bad.
It's not bad. We just do like it's home games. You're not gonna, rinse out your buddies to a catastrophic
Yeah, you
extent.
do.
Yeah. All right, pal. Like,
You walk out of my house with $75, probably not coming back. Probably gonna key your car. It's a fun game though. Like there's no doubt about. Do you ever play blackjack?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Only when I go to
That's
the
my
casino.
casino game.
Yeah, it's great, man. I just love playing it.
I hate blackjack because it is literally just a game of luck. Poker is a game of skill.
Well, a little bit. I mean, what are you gonna?
Well, poker's
you
a
split
game
your
of luck,
aces.
too.
No, it is not.
You
Poker is in fact a game of skill.
You
well,
split
it's
your aces.
more of a game of skill, but it's a little ignorant
There's-
to
there-
not call it a game of luck.
What do you
Well,
hit?
well.
Do you
But
hit
when
14?
people tell me that poker is just a game of luck,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's-
you are absolutely 110% wrong.
Yeah, that's
Anyways,
not true.
Do you hit 14?
Yes.
Depends
not
on what you're
every
against,
time.
though.
It depends on the feel, right?
Yeah.
If you got a 4, 5, 6 out there,
Do you split the aces?
You're staying on 14.
Do you split the aces?
At the free bet table, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a $100 hand one time that I won because I was at the free bet table, so I split the aces, and then I don't know why, but they let me split aces again because the first
Free
card
bet.
to come up, except the other free bet tables will just they'll put it sideways and you're not allowed to split it after, so I'm stuck with 12. But they let me split again, and then I got 21, 20, and 20. And I was like, oh, right, dealer 19. Oh, all right.
Have you ever played in Vegas?
No, I've never been to Vegas.
Oh, really? Oh, blackjack in Vegas, man. Wait until everybody's ready for you to join the table. It's pretty intense. The thing about Vegas is it's a wide range of people that you're going to see, and that's just in the lobby. Pretty wild time. You should go to. You would like. I'm going to recommend Vegas to you. Vegas is like Disneyland for Josh.
Vegas was awesome.
I'll go to Vegas eventually.
Yeah,
maybe in a few years.
When you're off to Toronto?
31st.
Okay. Unnecessary time off. I hope you enjoy yourself. But you'll be back next week, right?
Yeah, I'm back next week until the 31st.
Right. And you're going to be here for the Dodgers trade for Skubal.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for tuning into the Lowdown. Jason Krueger on the way. Please enjoy your day.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Brought to you by Sean Cunningham of Remax Real Estate. For your next move in the Edmonton or area, call or text Sean directly at 780-265-0165. That's 780-265-0165. Utah Mammoth and defenseman John Marino have agreed to an 8-year, $54 million contract extension, while in the NFL world, the Miami Dolphins and linebacker Jordan Brooks have agreed to a 3-year, $51.3 million contract extension with $35 million guaranteed. Elsewhere in the sporting world, the 2026 FIFA World Cup reaching more than 30 million Canadians as the product smashed local television records. And Canadian forward Jordan Hoytema is out with a torn ACL for the rest of the NWSL season. In the MLB, it'll get going at 4:40 with the Dodgers and Phillies, as well as the Twins and the Guardians, the Rays and the Jays at 5:07 with Gosman on the mound for Toronto. I'm Declan Krueger. This is the Sports 1440 update.